Afternoon everyone and welcome to my tutorial. So as for today we are finding what we call the empirical formula of a compound. Now we must know what the empirical formula is. So the empirical formula refers to the chemical formula of a compound expressed in its simplest terms. So all the elements that are present there are expressed in their simplest terms. Now how are you supposed to go about that? So we are going to put here, we are going to put the quantities. So we have the quantities, we also have the elements. The elements that are there, we have the calcium. We have the calcium with the symbol Ca, the sulfur, and last but not the least, the oxygen. Now we are going to assume to say, the first thing that we need to do is look at the mass. Now what is the mass under this? The mass is the actual percentage composition by mass. These numbers expressed in terms of the percentages are the masses. So we have 29.4 grams. We also have the calcium with we have 29.4, we have the sulfur with 23.5, and oxygen with 47.1%. So if these are present, we need now to look at what we call the molecular mass, which is the mm. So the molecular mass, when you look at your periodic table for calcium, is 40 grams. For sulfur, is 32 grams per mole. Oxygen is 16 grams per mole. So with this, now we are going to find the number of moles for each of the substances. So we are going to say the number of moles, which should be equal to 29.4 grams over 40 grams per mole, and 23.5 grams over 32 grams per mole, and 47.1 over 16 grams per mole. So with this, we are now able to find the number of moles. So the number of moles for the first given one, we have 29.4 divided by 40, we have a 0.735. Then when we divide this, we also have 23.5 divided by 32. So we have 0.734375. Last but not the least, when we divide 47.1 divided by 16, we are getting 2.9435. So with this, these are our number of moles. So all of these are moles. Now it needs to be expressed in its simplest form. So we are going to consider the smallest number. So according to this, the smallest number is this. We are going to divide throughout. So the ratio should be in such a case that we divide this first number, 0.735, we divide by this number, and also this number by itself. Lastly, we have 2.94375. We divide it by that number. So the ratios must be expressed in terms of whole numbers. So we are going to say for calcium, the ratio is going to come out to be, here when we divide this, we are getting a 1 if rounded off. We also divide this, we are going to get a 1. And last but not the least, when we divide this into this, we are getting a 4. Now what does this tell us? It tells us the actual number of elements that can be found using the ratios. So the empirical formula for calcium, sulfur, as well as oxygen is Ca with this one. Now one won't change anything, so we are not going to put it there. So we have 1 mole of calcium, one more of sulfur, we also put an S. One more of sulfur, we are not going to put a 1 because it won't change anything. And oxygen with O4. So I'm well aware to say some of you have even come across this compound. So this is how we come up with the empirical formula of a compound. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you would subscribe and follow for more.